Well, Reuben, thanks for your time. I always wonder how much rest you actually get over international breaks, but having beaten Sunderland the way you did and then to be so publicly backed by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, have you slept well this last week or so?
It doesn't change much because Jim is always sending message and Omar after the games. So everything that he said on the media, he said to me many times. But that will not change the way I see our club, the frustration of not winning every match. So that is not going to change. I sleep quite well, of course. I'm a father, so I have a lot of things to think. But I'm really comfortable. I enjoy the break. But I watch a lot of our games. I stay here to do that, to work on the different things. So I'm ready to restart.
You say there about Jim Ratcliffe, and you've spoken before about how your meetings are always largely quite positive. I suppose it's the first time that we've heard that 3-year timescale used. But is that something that he's said to you specifically before?
He said, of course, we are not sending message and talking about the years, but he's always saying to me that it's going to take a while. He said all the time that he wants me for many years, but he knows and I know how is football. So we can just focus on the next game. We know that in our club everything changed. So you are in the good moment. We win against Sunderland. We are with all the support of the board. But then one game can change everything. But he's also always positive to hear your boss to give you that comfort, especially for our supporters to understand that everyone here understands that is a big job and it is going to take a little bit while.
Yeah, I suppose you've alluded to it already. It doesn't change the fact you still need to win matches, but does it change? Did you feel as if you have a bit more space to kind of relax into things a bit more? Are you hopeful that the noise dials down a little bit?
It's hard to feel a little bit more relaxed because it's something internal. It's something about me as a coach. So I want to win really bad, and I want my team to perform because every game is your image that is there, and that I take that really personally. So again, it's really important for any manager. It's really important for the fans to understand that we have a direction. It doesn't matter the noise. That is really important, but the pressure that I put on the team, on myself, is not going to change, and I'm not more relaxed because of that.
He did also mention Mikel Arteta and the fact that it really took him a couple of years to get going. Is that something that's crossed your mind even before this last week or so? Is it something that you cite, that you lean on yourself?
No, I think every situation is different. Of course, we can hold on to good examples. I think Mikel was a perfect example because it took a lot of things before he reached this kind of moment that he is in the moment. I was not expecting, because you never expect. You expect to come here and to start winning and everything is fine. So it's hard to say that I was expecting this to happen. But Mikel is a very good example in the way that he handled all the things around the football. But again, I think it's two different clubs, two different situations, and we need to start winning back-to-back games. So let's focus on this game.
I suppose the suggestion is, though, from him that perhaps 3 years is the amount of time that you need to prove your greatness, I think was the word he used. In that time, to you, what would greatness look like?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Of course, you can say winning titles, but in the last season we were near to win a title. So sometimes it's hard to balance things. It's just winning. Sometimes you win titles, and you see with Tottenham you can win titles and they go to a different direction with a different manager. So I don't know. I think we need to be a bigger team. We need to win in every consistently. We need to perform in every fan should expect the team to perform today, tomorrow. So I think that is what he wants to see, a team that could fight for titles, that win titles, and that is really consistent in the way they perform.
You've mentioned a lot about winning, so let's reflect on Sunderland. You spend so much time having to defend your ideas. So how good does it feel when it all comes together like that, particularly in that first half, which was so comfortable?
First of all, it's just one win, but of course, we play especially the first half. We play with 4 defenders, not with 3 defenders or 5 defenders, like everyone is saying. So that is what I'm saying all the time. I think we were really focused on the job, on the task, and that can change completely the way we play. As a team, we were good on the ball, so it's good for a manager to see our idea on the pitch. That is, give you more confidence, give you more excitement. But again, was just one game, and I know that. And we proved in the past that in one game we can perform, even against the bigger teams. Our problem is to do that in every single match, and we are trying to reach that point.
It looked as if there was a bit of a tweak there to make the approach a bit more direct, particularly through the goalkeeper and Sesko. I just wondered how deliberate that was, how much time you'd spent on that going into that game, and whether it's something which is just a bit short term for now, or perhaps you've seen there this could be something in the longer term that would work.
I think if you pay attention to Premier League, you can understand that most of the teams now, when the ball goes to the goalkeeper, is man to man, and sometimes we have to have an approach more direct to try to play with the numbers. So it's 3 against 3, and if players like Brian, Ben, Cunha can get that ball against one, we can have more success. Sometimes it's like that way of seeing football. We want to build up, and you can see that we like to have the ball. But sometimes when the opponents make high pressure in man-to-man, it doesn't make sense to play. It makes sense to play in a different way. It's just about the numbers.
Do you think it's something we might see a bit more of, particularly the fact that you have Liverpool this weekend? And Slot has been quite open about the fact he doesn't really like playing teams that are a bit more direct.
It depends. It depends of the way. It depends if of the opponent, if they are pressing with the same number of players and leave man to man, or if they stay more and let some free guys in our build-up. So I don't know. That is the important thing. Sometimes people think that coaches just teach how to play football in this way. It's all about to understand the game. So the system is not so much important. It's the way you adapt. If they press with the same numbers, with less 2, with less 1, where is the space? This is the kind of things that a manager needs to teach the players, because nowadays it's hard to have a picture of the system, because everything with a lot of mobility, it's hard to understand the game if you just see a picture and say we are going to do this all the time. It's not the case nowadays. Nowadays the players need to understand the game.
You were full of praise for your goalkeeper, who I've mentioned. I mean, it's one thing making your debut and being so accomplished at Old Trafford, but to go away to Anfield, how do you see that?
First of all, the first impression is really important in our club, and he had a very good impression. Then he needs to understand that in our club it doesn't matter the last game. We need to focus on the next game. Then he needs to understand the game, what kind of play he's going to face. He needs to understand that now people watch them during the game. They know how he wants the ball, how he kicks the ball. All these small details he needs to improve every day. I think he shows that he's really composed. It's going to be a different environment, but I'm not concerned about that. And again, the last game, it doesn't matter anymore. So he needs to prove in the next one, I think he's ready.
How do you see the challenge against Liverpool? Has it changed with their dip in form?
I don't see like that, because again, our team proved in the past that sometimes we are in the low moment and we have a moment that can change the way people see our team. Liverpool is the champion at the moment. They have a lot of talent They have a very, very good coach, so that is not going to matter. You can sense that the playing Manchester United against Liverpool, the fans are going to be crazy. So I'm just preparing the game against the best Liverpool, and we are ready for that.
It would lay down a big marker though, wouldn't it, if you were able to go there and win? And on that, with the bigger picture, we've talked about perhaps the longer term plan, 2-3 years. This season, what does success look like?
I think it's official that we want to go to Europe. We need to return to Europe, but we don't know what is going to happen. So I don't like to call success going to Europe in this club. This club's success is to win the Premier League. What we have to be is honest with our fans that we are not in that moment. Mm-hmm. We need to be really clear on that. So I'm not going to call success going to Europe or finish in the first 8 or 6 or whatever. That is not success here. We need to give steps to success. Success in our club is to win the Premier League, nothing less.
All right, well, thanks for your time today. Best of luck at the weekend.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.